too. It's me, Mrs. Calise. I am going to be reading Grayson's favorite book today. It is called Pete the Cat Out of This World. And I don't know that book. So I was really excited to get to read something that I've never read before. And of course I brought Derek, my kitty. Hello, hello. Oh, he likes Pete the Cat. He is also super cool and he's always looking for his buttons. He also likes to push things onto the ground. Like this morning, he pushed a whole blueberry pie onto the floor. So he's not as cool as Pete because I don't think Pete the Cat would have done that. Anyways, thank you, Grayson, for choosing this book, Pete the Cat Out of This World by James Dean. It is a great day. Pete the Cat is going to space camp. Pete meets his bunkmate, Glenn. As they unpack, there is an announcement. Welcome, space campers. Please head to the classroom. Your mission begins now. Time to suit up, says Pete. He and Glenn put on their uniforms and race to class. Oh, I like their space suits. Those are cool. They look really excited for their camp. There are so many cool things to do and super neat stuff to see. Astronauts Tom and Chris talk about the trips they've taken, and they give a sneak peek at future space trips. It would be totally rad to go to space, says Pete. You can see there's even a map. There's the sun, there's the Earth, and there is Mars. Oh, I do not think that I would be a very good astronaut. I don't want to go to Mars. I like staying on Earth. The campers find out what it feels like to be an astronaut. They go in the zero gravity chamber. In zero gravity, you float. Ooh. They ride in rovers. They even build rockets. Pete's rocket flies very, very far. Way to go, Pete, shouts Glenn. Whoa, would you like to fly a rocket? I think I would like to fly a rocket, as long as I'm not inside of it. Maybe some of you have flown rockets. Next stop is Mission Control. We have some exciting news, says Tom. Our next flight leaves today. We're going to the moon, and we have room for more. Pete, do you want to go? Asks Sally. That would be awesome, says Pete. I wonder if any of you would want to be an astronaut. Maybe raise your Pete the Cat paw if you'd like to be an astronaut. And use your paws like this if you're like me and you would never want to be an astronaut. I wonder if Grayson likes space since he chose this book. Oh, and it even says there's only 10 minutes and 5 seconds until they leave. So he has to make a very quick decision. It's time to buckle up and settle into the space capsule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! They're counting backwards when they go to lift off into space. Choom, 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 choom. Their ship speeds through space. They blast past a satellite and even spot a comet. Look at the comet and look at the satellite. Very thankful for satellites right now. They're helping me send these videos to you. I send the video up and I think the satellite sends it down into your house. I don't really know exactly how that works, but satellites are pretty cool. Tom and Sally have a rockin' surprise for Pete. His guitar. He plays a groovy interstellar song for them. Mission Control listens in. Meow, meow, meow. Can you play your air guitar? Meow, meow, meow. Maybe sing like a space song. Out of space! And look at this. They even have a litter box in outer space. That's important. Cats need that. All right. In no time at all, they arrive on the moon. They are ready to explore. The astronauts collect rocks and map out the moon's surface. Wow, they're using engineering tools and they're exploring. Pete has a very important job to do. He straps on a jetpack and heads towards Mars. He takes tons of pictures. Oh no! Pete lost track of time, and the moon is far, far away. He has to make it back to the ship before it blasts off. Do you think he's going to make it back in time? I don't know. Feeling like this is a character problem. We know Pete is a character. The other astronauts are characters. Where is the setting of this? Are they in your backyard? Are they on a playground? Are they in an ocean? You're right, they're in outer space. But what is the problem that Pete is having right now? It looks like a pretty big problem. If you were thinking it's because Pete is very far away from his friends and he has to get to the ship before it blasts off, you're right. If he doesn't get back in time, he'll have to live in outer space forever. Phew. They even wrote, phew. Pete made it back in the nick of time. Like barely. He barely made it back. The astronauts head home, and there's time for a few more tunes. Near, near, I made it back into the rocket ship. I don't have to live in space. Grayson is cool. The astronauts head home, and there's time for a few more tunes. Pete sure knows how to make an entrance. Pete's trip to outer space was out of this world. Still, he's psyched to have his feet back on solid ground. Rocket on Pete. That was a really cool book. I liked it. I'm glad it had a happy ending too. Thank you for listening to Grayson's book, and keep your eyes open for his show and tell and for his interview. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye. Oh, I almost forgot. Skidamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skidamarink-a-doo. I love you and you and you and you. Skidamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skidamarink-a-doo. I love you and you and you and you and you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening. Hold on, there's a blue box on my face. That's okay. And underneath the moon, oh, skidamarink-a-dink.